David Brock is a Hillary Clinton surrogate and head of multiple pro-Clinton super PACs, and this is an individual who has slandered and attacked Bernie Sanders left and right. Now, he had the audacity to write an open letter to Bernie Sanders and begged him to stop attacking Hillary Clinton. I'm not joking. So here's what he had to say. Dear Senator Sanders, I'm writing today to urge that you and your campaign immediately halt all negative campaigning against our party's prospective candidate for the presidency, Secretary Hillary Clinton. At first, pledging to wage a positive campaign for president, you and your campaign have for weeks now engaged in a relentlessly ugly barrage of false character attacks against Mrs. Clinton, including running negative TV advertising of the sort you promised you never would. Following the Nevada caucuses, you had the opportunity to live up to the self-professed ideals of your own campaign by delivering an aspirational message of systemic change, but instead, you chose to ramp up spurious negative attacks against the winner of those caucuses. These attacks ranging from baseless insinuations that Mrs. Clinton is somehow compromised in her ability to support meaningful reform in the financial sector when her record shows the opposite, bullshit, to unfairly impugning her reputation as a true progressive despite her 40 years of committed, passionate advocacy must cease. Now, the one attack you can say that Bernie Sanders does on Hillary Clinton is that he points out that she takes large contributions from Wall Street. That's not an attack. That's a fact. And if you have a problem with a fact and you think it's an attack, that says more about Hillary Clinton than it does about Bernie Sanders. Now, let's remember that Hillary Clinton has outright slandered Bernie Sanders. She's referred to him as a sexist, as a racist. She's gotten Bill to compare his supporters to the Tea Party. She has Chelsea Clinton outright lying about his policy. You said that Bernie Sanders doesn't care about black people because one of his ads wasn't diverse enough. So you want to go ahead and have this double standard. You want to attack, but when Bernie Sanders hit you back, you want to go run and cry like a little baby. Now, here's why he says that Bernie Sanders should not attack Hillary Clinton. Your continued suggestions that Mrs. Clinton is untrustworthy and even corrupt, when nothing could be further from the truth, are a threat to our party's standing up and down the November ballot. With Mrs. Clinton now universally recognized as the leading candidate for the Democratic presidential nomination, how pretentious. At this juncture, by staying negative, all you are doing is helping Karl Rove and his ilk do their general election dirty work. The irony here is overwhelming. I mean, they do all these attacks on Bernie Sanders, but they don't want him to point out facts about Hillary Clinton, that she's taking money from Wall Street. Look, here's the thing. The fact that we think Hillary Clinton is corrupt and bought off, he didn't flip a switch in our head and get us to think, whoa, she is corrupt. I would have never saw that. The reason why we think she's untrustworthy and corrupt is because we have brains. We're paying attention. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is follow the money. Even if you don't really follow politics as much as I do, or my viewers do, well, even if you just tune into a debate and you see the way that Hillary Clinton is unwilling to release her paid Goldman Sachs speech transcripts under any circumstance, shows you that she probably has something to hide. She's a bad candidate. Was it Bernie Sanders who started the email scandal? No, I don't think he's the one that told the FBI to start investigating her. That's not the case. Hillary Clinton does these things that are seemingly corrupt. So I'm sorry that we have a brain and that we've been betrayed once by politicians, and we're pretty skeptical about Hillary Clinton, a candidate who's taking millions of dollars from all these industries that we dislike, such as the health insurance industry, the private prison industry, Wall Street. I'm sorry, but she did that on her own. Let me ask you this, David. Would a trustworthy, non-corrupt candidate refuse to release the transcripts of paid private speeches she gave to Goldman Sachs? Don't think so. Would a trustworthy candidate tell us that she wants to end mass incarceration, yet simultaneously take money from the private prison industry? Would a trustworthy candidate take millions of dollars from Wall Street and then tell us that she's going to regulate them and promise that she's going to regulate them? Of course not. And look, I can go on all day. The reason why Hillary Clinton is viewed as untrustworthy is because of Hillary Clinton, not Bernie Sanders. How about this, David Brock? Here's my open letter to you. Why don't you stop being a hypocrite and take your own advice? Stop attacking Bernie Sanders, and then maybe you can actually ask him to stop attacking Hillary Clinton. But in actuality, he's not really attacking Hillary Clinton. To point out a fact, again, if you don't like the facts, then you don't like your candidate.